Here's a question where you're asked to solve for the zeros. So first step, let f of x equal to 0. Good. And then you've got a function here, or an equation. First thing I try and do is factor it, but there's no way you can multiply two things to get -4 and also -14. You could do, like's been done here, move the -4 to the other side and make it positive, and you sort of flip things around like this. This is okay. And then you could complete the square. So you have x squared minus 14x is equal to 4. So if I take the -14 and divide it by 2 and square it, I think that gives me 49. If I add 49 here, I have to add 49 on this side. So then here, if I factor this part, I'm going to get x minus 7 and x minus 7 is equal to 53. Or in other words, x minus 7 squared is equal to 53. Then you can use the square root principle. Square root that side, square root this side, make sure you have a plus or minus on this one. So you'd have x minus 7 is equal to a plus or minus root 53. And then you want to solve for x, so you add 7 to both sides. And usually we'd put the positive 7 at the front and the radical at the back. So that's one way you could have solved the equation. Another way you could have done it is do the same thing as you did here, let it equal 0. So 0 equals x squared minus 14x minus 4. And then to solve for the zeros, you could use the quadratic formula. So x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. So b is -14, a is 1, and c is a -4, and a is a 1. So it would be a positive 14 plus or minus 14 squared, 196 I think. 4 times 4 is 16, and it's going to be a positive 16 all over 2. Or 14 plus or minus, that would be, is that 212? Root of 212 over 2. We don't have the exact same answer yet. Oh, 14 divided 2 is 7. We've got to be able to break that down. Let's see if 4 goes into 212. 4 goes into 5, and then 3. Ooh, that's ringing a bell. So this will be 14 plus or minus the square root of 4 times the square root of 53 all over 2. Or 14 plus or minus 2 root 53 over 2. Then I can divide 2 into both the 14 up here and this 2. So my answer would be 7 plus or minus 1 root 53. Okay, same answers there. And so you can do that question either way. If this number's even, then completing the square is fairly easy. If it's odd, completing the square is a bit more challenging, and so the quadratic formula might be easier. Okay, hopefully that helps.